You're listening to the PRO Media Network, the next level in entertainment.
Get ready. It's time for the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. Telling you everything you need to know about the Saints, Pelicans, and a whole lot more.
Welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. And we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q, and on podcast 229 on the Sports Coma, recapping the LSU 31-0 spanking of the Southeastern Louisiana Lions in Death Valley on Saturday. This past Saturday, we'll be recapping it on this current edition of the Sports Coma, aka Tuff Tiger Talk. And who will be reviewing it with me, of course, my partner in crime, DC, is chiming in. What's going on, DC?
Yo, what up, man?
In this episode, we're going to be breaking it down, like I said, just strictly Tiger Talk to all the Tiger Nation out there. Y'all enjoy this one. Big ups to all the Tiger people. 31-0. LSU was able to put the smack down on the Lions. And, of course, I think I gave it, 44-10 or something like that. I thought what was your score?
I think my score was... Did I say 31? I think I might have said. Nah, I don't know what my score was. We both was close.
51-0 or something like
no, I didn't give them that high. I'll say something in the 40s. But you know, the Tiger is bigger than the Lion, so.
Well, guess what? They wasn't the king of the jungle this night. It was the Tigers, the LSU Tigers. And the Lions have to take themselves back to wherever they need to get right. But anyway, we're going to get right into the game. We'll recap the Southeastern Louisiana, getting the spanking to the LSU Tigers 31-0. We'll recap that, break that down. And also we have an interview from Coach O. He'll chime in during the show and tell us what he thought about the LSU Tigers win. Of course, the stats, DC, it indicates that the Tigers manhandled Southeastern, which a lot of people anticipated that they were supposed to do a squad like that, a lower football program, that they were supposed to damage them and smack them down. A lot of people thought they should have did it a lot worse than that. But you could see throughout the game that they struggled a bit. They struggled a bit to move the ball in spurts and whatnot. And Coach O spoke about that during his post-game press conference that we'll spend some time from. But let's get right into the statistics of the game to let you guys know what time it was. And we're going to start with the team stats before we hit you with the individual stats. And, of course, LSU had 15 first downs versus 18 by Southeastern. Of course, they could. Isn't that amazing?
And they scored 0 points.
It's crazy. 4 out of 11 on third down. They converted 4 of 11 versus 4 out of 19 for the Lions. But guess what? Crazy to see, Southeastern was 5 of 6 on fourth down conversion. So that's weird. 335 total yards by the Tigers offense versus 254 by the Lions. The passing game, the Tigers had just 151 yards versus Southeastern's 189. No, that's not going to cut it against Auburn. And, of course, 10 of 20, Joe Burrow on his completions, and he didn't throw any interceptions, thank goodness. That's versus Southeastern's 23 of 34, and they threw a pick in the game. LSU, meat and potatoes, of course, is the running game. 184 yards total with the running game versus 65 by Southeastern. You look at the penalties. LSU had too many penalties in this game. 7 penalties for 84 yards versus Southeastern. 9 penalties for 45 yards. So, and of course, Southeastern did turn the ball over. They had a couple of fumbles, and they threw an interception in this game as LSU finished with 25-04 on the time of possession versus 34-56 by Southeastern. Looking at some of the individual statistics for this matchup, Joe Burrow, like I said, he finished 10 of 20 for 151 yards, averaged about 7.5 yards every throw in this game. Actually threw 2 touchdowns in the matchup with a QB rating of 76% on the day. Top running back for LSU, Nick Brissett, shows up again. He had 19 carries for 137 yards, 7-yard average a rush for him, and he had a nice gashing run for 42 yards. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 8 carries for 27 yards. He had a touchdown, and Joe Burrow scrambled 8 times for 20 yards and a score as well in this game. Now, going to the wide receivers, not much to talk about. Steven Sullivan had a great 40-yard grab and a touchdown right at halftime. He had 2 catches for 54 yards in the game. Foster Monroe, the tight end, 2 catches, 47 yards. Jamar Chase, 3 catches, 25 yards, and also had a score, a nice touchdown by him. And, of course, Nick Brissett, Terrence Marshall Jr., and Justin Jefferson all had a catch apiece. The LSU defense, top man, of course, the best linebacker in all the nation, Devin White, led the team with 11 tackles, followed by Neil Farrell Jr. He had 6 tackles and a sack and a half in the game, so real interesting. I just think that the LSU defense is excellent. Mika Bakersfield had 6 tackles in the game. Braden Fehoko, 6 tackles in the game. He had a sack as well and 2.5 tackles for a loss in this contest. Ray Thornton had 5 tackles. Christian Fulton had 5 tackles. And, of course, Ray Thornton had a sack in his game as well. So did Grant Delpit, 4 tackles and a sack in his game. He had one of those for a tackle for loss. And then, of course, Jacob Phillips, Greedy Williams, Rashard Lawrence, Andre Anthony, Justin Thomas, and Kelvin Joseph. All those guys had 3 tackles apiece in the contest. A very interesting game for LSU as they finished the game with 5 sacks on the night. So big ups to the LSU Tigers defense for doing what they do. And, of course, Greedy Williams did have an interception in the game as well. Southeastern top people. Chason Virgil, 23 of 33, had 189 yards and an interception. And, of course, their star top back was, of course, Lorenzo Lee Nunez. He had 11 carries for 64 yards in the game, and they kind of kept him under wraps. Top receiver for them was Juan Favre. We had 5 catches for 60 yards, averaging 12 yards a catch. DC, looking at some of the statistics from this game, team and individual, LSU could have really beat this team 51-0, like one of the commenters did say that LSU was going to dominate this team. They beat them 31-0. I thought they were actually, Southeastern would probably get a little score or something, but Coach O wasn't very happy about how the team won. He's seen a lot of improvement in it. What do you think about how the Tigers won this game?
I definitely agree. It wasn't as impressive as it should be or as it looks on the scoreboard with 31-0. And a few stats that we laughed at earlier show you something. First, they had 18 first downs. Like, how do you beat a team 31 points? And they have more first downs than you. They win the time of possession. And 34 minutes to your 25 minutes. And they also go 5 of 6 on 4th down. So all of these things tell me that LSU's offense had a problem with draining on the clock. They had a problem finishing out the game. Pretty much once they built the lead in the first half, everybody took their foot off the gas, and it was basically super unimpressive after that. So we definitely got to finish it out. And this is a mock run for an Auburn team. You're supposed to play them like it's 0-0 every play. This college football. This ain't the NFL. Ain't no respect, and we about to do all. Nah, we putting our foot to the pedal till about the last 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. Then you go ahead and chew the clock up. You know, I don't think they did a good job doing that, even though they were able to get that last late score. I think they got to work on being more efficient. Joe Burrow had a good game, but 50% passing ain't gonna cut it, man. 151 yards ain't gonna cut it. 10 of 20 is not gonna cut it. Brissett, I can't say anything bad about him. He's taking over that running back room, and he's gonna be the number one guy. It looks to be from here on. Very, very impressive what he's did these last 2 weeks. Our receivers gonna work in tandem with Joe Burrow, so everybody got to get on the same page. More production. And I would say better execution offensively. The defense is playing lights out.
Yes, indeed. Defense is playing lights out. Before we play the Coach O interview, I'm going to give a shout-out to Timothy Dillon, who picked the Tigers to win this game 56-0. But they quite fell short. But at least he had the squadoo by Southeastern there. So big ups to Timothy Dillon, who also said, I told you that they was going to handle Miami. We didn't think they was not going to handle Miami, Timothy. We just felt like it would be a better game than Miami just came out there and totally lost their composure. But let's listen to this, my brother. They have a real test coming up this week against the 7th-ranked Auburn Tigers, can they do what they did to Miami to Auburn? That's a total different team. That's a total different discussion anyway. Let's listen to Coach O as he gives his thoughts on the 31-0 victory over Southeastern. Here's Coach O.
All right, guys, we're 2-0. Obviously, we struggled on offense tonight, some parts of protection. But, Nick Brosette had another good night, 137 yards rushing. We won the game 31-0. I'm pleased with the outcome of the game. Give Southeastern and Frank Selfo a lot of credit. Those guys fought. I thought their defensive line gave us fits sometimes. I thought our defensive line played pretty good. Their quarterback made some scrambles, made some throws. They only got inside the red zone one time, so I thought our defense overall did a pretty good job. Any question?
You said you struggled off
Yeah, well, we're just out of sync a little bit, and their defensive line was penetrating. We couldn't protect Joe. When we did protect Joe, we dropped some balls. We just weren't very good on offense tonight, but we got the job done.
How much did not having those players, do you think, affect your team's overall play? You had some new guys in new positions.
Yeah. It should be next man up, but we have to see the film. Obviously, we missed Sadiq. I think that would be the biggest one we missed out there.
Do you expect him back next week?
Oh, yeah.
Were these all just team-related issues? That
Yeah. Yeah, the things that, we're going to handle internally, obviously there will be guys that will miss games from 1 or 2 games. They're not going to announce it, and why they announce it. Those things are handled internally.
Coach, about 150 yards passing tonight. You
Yeah.
go to the game hoping that you throw it a little bit more.
Yeah, no question, yeah. We missed some balls. We couldn't protect. I mean, obviously they were all over Joe. There was a lot of missed assignments of protection. A lot of time we got beat one-on-one. And we just couldn't get it done. I think so. I think we're flat. Yeah, I felt it going out. I think they were a little flat. It was a short week. Felt that.
To be expected, though, after Miami and before next week, though, right?
Yeah, but I like it not to be expected, but we were. I got to do a better job of getting ready.
You had with your defense a little angry last week because they didn't finish in the fourth.
Yes, no question. Now, that's something that we talked about all week, about finishing, not giving up the big play. They did it. I was very proud of the defense. I don't know Dave was too.
Your defensive front, was in the backfield
Yeah.
early in this game a lot. Were they doing anything different, or was it just kind of their day?
Won some one-on-ones. There was a lot of one-on-one battles, but we had some good stunts that we ran. There was a lot of, we caused them to jump off sides several times. Every time that they gained some yardage on first down, Dave called a stem. We stemmed out front. They jumped off sides. Good call.
What did you see from Neil and
Yeah,
Braden?
I thought Neil played very well. I thought Braden played very well. Obviously, he came out on fire. We thought that he could handle their center one-on-one, and I think he did.
Can Joe survive in the SEC, putting his head down on some of those runs?
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. We have to protect him. We have to teach him how to slide. We have to teach him how to avoid the rush and how to get down when he needs to. Because I don't think that that's something that we need to be doing every down. We only got 2 quarterbacks.
He had time to throw a couple of times. Did he hang on the ball too long?
Yeah. Steve was telling me he should have got rid of the ball a little quicker. Receivers need to get open. It was a combination of everything.
Coach, you're 2-0, like you said, and of course that's the most important thing. But going into the Auburn game, did you think the team would be a little bit further along offensively?
We played very good against a good Miami football team. I was a little disappointed tonight going into this football game. I thought we were doing the things that we need to do in offense. Now we have to go watch the tape, see what the breakdown is, see if it is just missing Sadiq, see if it is schematic-wise, see if it's effort-wise. We got to figure out what's going on. Yeah, I was really pleased with the clock management. Obviously, we were coming out. We were going to run the football. We didn't want to throw a pick, but we thought that we could gain some yardage. So we tried to get enough yardage to kick a field goal. It was out of our field goal range, so we threw a Hail Mary. So we practice every Monday and Thursday. It worked.
All right, that'll do it for Coach O as he's breaking down what he thought about the game. We're about to go to the break. When we come back on the other side of the break, we're going to talk about and preview the LSU Tigers' upcoming matchup with the Auburn Tigers. That'll be interesting. We'll preview that on the other side of the break. You're listening to the Sports Coma. Big Q and the guys. Stay with us.
Saints and Pelicans fan, so the only podcast I can get my fix is the Sports Coma with Big Q. The guy's intense, funny, and they always keep it real.
Check out the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guy.
Sports fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear. From all the leagues, teams, and players you love, unique one-of-a-kind designs exclusively by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars shipped directly to your home. Join Fanatics Rewards for free to earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and for a limited time, get 20% off all orders. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
The link below and rep the black and gold today. Who that?
What's up, Sports World? The PRO Media Network is on a mission to reach 10,000 subscribers. So besides our regular programs like the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, the Pelican Post Game Report, Rapid Fire TSC, and others, we will be expanding out and offering other content like movie, anime, and gaming reviews for your entertainment. So if you enjoy our content, please donate at our Patreon page. Also subscribe, comment, and share. And help the PRO Media Network reach 10,000 subs. Peace.